everyone. Do we have anyone joining us this afternoon? Can you just give me a comment if you can hear and see us okay, please? One person, 2, 4, quite a few of you. The comments lag a bit, you see, so they're probably typed already, but I can't see them yet. Mandy, Juliana, Jenny, thank you for that. We're up and running okay. So hi everyone, we've got the talk today by Donna Taylor from Mandala Placenta Encapsulation. She's going to talk to you about the benefits of placenta remedies, just the usual frequently asked questions, just going to talk to you about it. Hopefully a lot of you will learn things, because a lot of us hear about placenta capsules but don't actually know how you go about it, what the benefits are. So hopefully you'll learn a little bit and can take it into consideration. So over to you, Donna.
Hello, okay, great, thank you very much. Hi everybody, thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about placenta capsules and remedies. I just thought I'd start by really giving you a brief overview of my story. I trained to be a placenta remedy specialist in 2017 following the birth of my third son. I had my own placenta encapsulated, and my postpartum recovery was completely different to that of my first two children. I really feel that the placenta capsules supported me with balancing my mood, helping me recover faster, and I did suffer with postnatal depression with after the previous two pregnancies, and I really do credit the hormones and minerals that are found in the placenta capsules for helping me third time around not experience those same symptoms. So I had an amazing recovery after my third son, and I was so passionate about all the benefits that the placenta has to offer new mums once they've had their babies, that I trained to offer the service myself, because nobody in Leicestershire was offering the service. So I trained with IPEN in 2017 and have been offering the service now for just over 3 years. I cover the whole of the Midlands, and I've worked with hundreds of women since setting up, and I'm really pleased to say that they've all had positive experience working with me as well. So the service that I offer, as I've mentioned, I'm fully trained with IPEN, who's the UK's leading placenta remedy training programme. And I hold full health and safety certifications, which I make sure I keep up to date. And I'm also registered with Environmental Health. So you can be sure that if you choose to work with me, you and your placenta are in very safe hands. As well as that, I'm a member of the Placenta Remedies Network, and as a community, you're only allowed to join if you have trained with an accredited training provider. And we work together with health authorities to make sure really that the service we're offering is as safe as it possibly can be, and is in line with the current health and safety standards and guidance. So one of the first things most people ask is why you might want to have your placenta encapsulated or made into remedies. And really, it's believed that the hormones and the nutrients that are found in your placenta can help balance your mood. There's a lot of iron there in your placenta, so it helps to replenish depleted iron levels. Your placenta capsules can also help your uterus return to its pre-pregnancy state faster, reduce postnatal bleeding, and many women find that they support a healthy milk supply as well. There's been studies going back as far as 1918 actually that have looked at using placenta to support milk supply. They can help because of the hormones, the stress relieving hormones found in your placenta. A lot of women have found that it can help reduce the risk of postpartum depression, increase your energy levels, And we also offer other remedies for further down the line, which I'll talk to you about later. The most important nutrients found in rich supply in your placenta include iron, which is essential for oxygen absorption to the cells, vitamin B6, which aids the making of antibodies, vitamin E for healing damaged skin cells, the oxytocin hormone, which is essential for facilitating breastfeeding. There's the stress-relieving hormones, CRH, which are responsible for reducing stress levels. And there's also fibroblasts that trigger cell metabolism healing and help your body replace damaged skin cells and tissues. So they're just a few of the amazing hormones, nutrients and minerals you can find in your placenta. The placenta encapsulation process, I try and make it as simple as possible for you. So if you choose to book with me, around 3 weeks before your due date, I'll arrange for a chiller pack to be delivered. Pre-COVID-19, I would have been delivering that in person. Now we're doing contactless delivery, so I'll either post it out with a courier, or if you're very local to me, I'll do a contactless delivery at your doorstep. Inside the chiller pack, there's a storage container for your placenta. There's some paperwork that you'll need as well, so you can share the safe handling guidelines with whoever's supporting your birth and the midwives, and a placenta release statement to confirm that you're happy for me to take your placenta and turn it into the remedies that you've ordered. So it's really simple. You just take your chiller pack with you to the hospital, or to hand if you're planning a home birth. Once your baby's been born, the midwives will check your placenta over, pop it into the storage container, and then your birth partner can contact me and I'll come at a convenient time that suits you to collect your placenta. And the service that I offer, it's 24-hour call out, so it doesn't matter what time of day or night you have your baby, I'll come and pick your placenta up when it suits you for me to do so. So yeah, it is a very simple service. And then once I've got your placenta at my workspace, I'll prepare your remedies and I'll deliver them back within 24 hours. It's sometimes a little bit longer than that if you have your baby in the middle of the night due to the dehydration process, but it's generally, you can expect to get them back the next day. There's two methods of placenta encapsulation. There's the simple method, which means that the placenta is prepared for the dehydrator in its raw state. So it's not, nothing's done to it other than it being prepared for the dehydrator. And it's dehydrated for around 12 hours before it's ground down into a really fine powder and put into vegetarian soluble capsules. The simple method of encapsulation contains the highest levels of hormones, minerals and nutrients. There's been some recent study done at the Jena University in Germany, and they found that the simple method had the highest level of all the goodness in. So there's that method, and there's also the traditional steamed method of placenta encapsulation. This one is based loosely around teachings in Chinese medicine. A midwife named Raven Lang, who lives in America, she really believes very strongly in the benefits of women consuming their placenta post-birth. And she was trained in Chinese medicine. So she was the first person to introduce dehydrating the placenta for consumption. And what she taught was to steam the placenta with lemon, ginger and chili, because in her understanding from her training within Chinese medicine, she felt, and so you would get some of that back along with all the goodness that's in your placenta. So to offer that method, the steam method of placenta encapsulation. So once your placenta's been steamed, it's then dehydrated and put into capsules, as I explained with the simple method. All of that work is carried out in my workspace by me. I only ever work on one placenta at any one time, so there's absolutely no risk of cross-contamination or you getting somebody else's capsules. I think, as I mentioned earlier, my workspace has been inspected by environmental health, and I'm approved to work. Along with the two methods of placenta encapsulation, just to go back to that, the simple method we would recommend for women that are looking to really feel energised, focus on building energy following the birth. The steamed method, we often suggest that to people that are more motivated to have the placenta encapsulated because they want to balance their mood. But you can also have half of your placenta prepared one way and half the other. So, if you choose to, you can get the best of both worlds there too. Along with the capsules, we I can also offer to make a tincture. A tincture is a bit like a batch rescue remedy, if anybody's tried that. You take a few drops in a glass of water, and it can really help with feelings of anxiety, of hormonal imbalance, and also if you're feeling really strong emotion, it can just help balance things out, just like the rescue remedies do. But the beauty of it is it's your placenta, so it's perfect for you. So you can have that alongside the capsules, and the tincture doesn't go out of date because it's made in very strong alcohol. You can store it, so some women store it to support them through the menopause, which is absolutely fantastic. Along with that, we also offer homeopathic remedies. Again, this is something that I would actually send to the homeopath. So a very small sample of your placenta would be sent to our registered homeopath, and she makes two remedies, one for mother, and that one is absolutely brilliant again for helping balance mood, take the edge off any feelings of anxiety. And again, you could use it when your cycles return to help with any feelings of hormone imbalance that you may have. So it's great for you, but the one for babies is absolutely fantastic. So the one for babies can help with teething, it can help with fractiousness, it can help with separation anxiety. I had homeopathic remedies made from my placenta when I had it encapsulated, and I can honestly say that the effect of the homeopathy on my son was fantastic. I'd always reach for that, where perhaps with the other two, I may have been a bit unsure. Possibly I'd have reached for the cowpole. With my third son, my first choice, if I couldn't settle him any other way, was to reach for the homeopathic remedy, and it really, really helped calm him. It was brilliant. And the good thing about the homeopathy as well is that you can reorder it, so she'll hold on to the sample for 5 years. So if you really get on well with them like I did, you can reorder them from the homeopath, so you've always got that supply. We also do a carrier oil, so if you wanted a really nutritious, rich oil to add to any of your cosmetic products or massage oils and things like that, then you've got that option as well. With regards to how you can book, you can contact me, and what I do is send you an email out with a booking form. The cost for single method of encapsulation is £180. If you wanted your placenta prepared half one way, half another, it'd be £200. And then we can put a package on if you want anything else, if you weren't interested in the tincture or the homeopathy. So it's just simply filling out a booking form, a £50 deposit at the booking secures your place in my diary, and then the remainder's due when I arrange to deliver your chiller pack to you, so 3 weeks before your due date. It's a really, really simple process. I try to make it as easy as possible. Because I'm talking to you today, if I was to be at a baby show or go to an antenatal yoga class or something along those lines, I always offer everybody a £20 discount from those prices. So I'd be really happy to extend that to you today, so you'd receive £20 off those package prices. Other people, often I get asked how many capsules you can expect to receive, and the amount of capsules you get really does vary, and it depends on the size of your placenta. So often, your placenta is generally 1/3 of your baby's weight. So most people, they have around a 7-pound baby, give or take a pound here or there. And so most women get around 150 capsules back. If your baby's bigger and so your placenta's bigger, you may get more. If you're slightly smaller, you may get less. But you can expect to get around 150. The capsules, as I've mentioned, they are vegetable soluble, which makes placenta encapsulation both vegan and vegetarian friendly. And I guess I can say over to you to see if any questions have come in.
Yeah, I think you've answered a lot of them already, to be honest. One of them was, is it vegan friendly? Do they help with postnatal depression? And you've already said yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean, we can't offer any guarantees there, but there's so many testimonials that you can read. Not only on my Facebook page, you can read women's testimonials, but also you'll see them on websites. If you go onto the Independent Placenta Network website or the Placenta Remedies Network website, you can read up on the latest research and women's testimonials. And the research that's being done is kind of backing up what we know.
Do they boost milk supply? You've already answered that and said.
Yeah, so there's been when in the research they found that there is high levels of prolactin in the placenta, and so the capsules will support or should support a healthy breast milk supply.
Do you take one a day?
I encourage you initially to take 2-3 times a day. That's the maximum dose, and I would always say try and stick with that for the first 2 weeks, because that's when you're really kind of recovering from birth and getting to grips with your newborn. And then after that, if you're finding that you're really enjoying the benefits that those capsules are bringing, but you want them to last a little bit longer, you can play around with your dose then. So you can perhaps take 1 or 2, 1-3 times a day, or whatever you want, really, 2 at lunchtime, something like that. What I did was I reduced my dose down so they lasted a bit longer, but other women tend to stick at the highest level. It really does depend on what suits you.
Okay. Is it better for the baby if you're breastfeeding?
Will your baby get some goodness from the placenta capsules, or?
I think it just says, is it better?
Yes, I mean, I'll answer it in 2 ways. So if the question was, so you don't have to breastfeed, you can still have your placenta encapsulated and not be breastfeeding. It won't make you, if that's not in your plan to do, it's not going to produce extra milk, because putting the baby to the breast is part of getting a milk supply up. So you've not got to worry on that score. What I personally took comfort from with my third son, unfortunately, I had quite a traumatic birth, and I really wanted to do delayed cord clamping, and I couldn't. I mean, it was an emergency delivery, so I took a bit of solace knowing that all the goodness from my placenta was, I was taking it, but then it was being passed through the breast milk supply.
That might answer another question, actually. Can you still do this after a C-section? I think you've just answered that.
Yes.
You just said, so.
Yeah, so C-section, managed third stage, any kind of pain relief that you are given during birth is absolutely safe for placenta encapsulation to go ahead.
Brilliant. Can you do it with premature babies?
Yep, you can. With premature babies, so I think the earliest has been 34 weeks that I've encapsulated a placenta for a client that had a baby at 34 weeks. But if the hospital are happy to release the placenta, then it can be encapsulated. So it's not a problem at all.
Perfect. Are there any side effects?
I'm not aware of any negative side effects at all. Some women have found that they produce a lot of breast milk. So in that situation, I would encourage them to reduce the dose down. The thing about the placenta capsules is that they are, it's more of a food product than a vitamin tablet, really, and so they'll be out of your system within 24 hours. So if you do feel any side effects, it will be gone quite quickly. But really, extra breast milk is the main one that I'm contacted with.
And that could be a good thing for a lot of people. So
yeah.
Is there an alternative if you can't swallow tablets? Is that going back to what you said about the oils and things?
Yeah, so the tincture is a good one, and the homeopathic remedy. But also, what you can do is you can put the powder from the capsules into a smoothie. So if you like drinking smoothies, you can do it that way. You could just put your daily dose into a smoothie instead. So I'd be really happy to talk to anybody. Probably on more of a one-to-one level about that, and so we could discuss what would work for them.
That would be my problem, definitely, because I can't swallow tablets either.
The capsules are generally, they're the size of like a pregnant care vitamin tablet, so they're not big.
Yeah, I'd definitely struggle with that. Even paracetamol, I literally have to bite it up into like 6 different sizes to swallow. It's ridiculous, I know it is. There is one more question, so if anybody else has got any more, pop them down now so I read them on time before we end the call. The final one, can you do it as well as donate the stem cells to Anthony Nolan?
Yes, I've been in touch with Anthony Nolan and Leicester hospitals, and I've shared with them my safe placenta care guidelines. So we've been able to work together, so you can still donate cord blood and have your placenta encapsulated. It's not a problem at all. We're both really confident with each other's processes.
That's brilliant, because I didn't think you'd be able to do that. Normally it's like, gets sent.
But I know how important it is, and so it was really simple, actually. They were really open to talking to me, and so we were able to just sort it out very quickly.
And this is just my own question, but the delayed cord clamping, because I had that with Arthur. Can you still do it with that? Because I know they just...
Yeah.
I didn't know if the goodness has already gone because you'd waited to...
No, I mean, we really encourage delayed cord clamping because we know how good it is for the babies, and there's still so much goodness in your placenta with your baby still getting all the blood it needs. So,
and would anything stop you from being able to do this, like something in your pregnancy, any symptom?
So the things that would stop you from being able to do it would be, pregnancy conditions. That there is a few. That they're really rare, quite serious conditions. The ones that I've had where the hospital have wanted to hold on to the placenta, if there was a lady, she had quite severe preeclampsia, and they wanted to test her placenta, so we weren't able to do it for that. If you're on any additional medication other than kind of aspirin throughout your pregnancy, I've got a list of medications that I can check whether for its suitability, but we can also encourage you to go back to your consultant to talk it through. At the time of birth, the things that would prevent placenta encapsulation from going ahead would be if they realised that you had got a severe uterine infection, and they would know that because your waters would be cloudy and they would have a smell to them and you'd be quite unwell. So in that case, the hospital wouldn't release your placenta. Having a water birth is absolutely fine, but the placenta shouldn't be delivered into the pool water because that could have quite a few contaminants in. So we just encourage you to either when that's delivered and have it caught in a kidney dish, or deliver the placenta onto a clean, dry surface. outside of the pool. So they're the main ones really. If they are not sure if you've got an infection, you may have, you may not, they can just swab the placenta and it can be frozen until those results come back. So there's not a regular reason for you not to be able to have your placenta encapsulated. Also, in the paperwork I provide, it is important that we chill the placenta following birth. So some guidelines there, and then it is important that they're adhered to make sure it's safe to go ahead with placenta encapsulation as well.
I feel like I've learnt a lot in this class. I didn't know any of this. It's not even anything I'd considered, if I'm completely honest, with Martha. And I did just kind of think, oh no, I don't want to eat my placenta, but it's not that at all, is it? It's totally.
It makes it really palatable if it's in a capsule, and they are, you know, it's easy to swallow. You don't have to remember to take them with food. You just need to remember to take them, really. So.
Oh, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
People have learnt a lot as well, and it's something to consider. There's no more questions, but if anybody else has got any, even if you're watching this later when it's not live, just pop them down. Donna's in the group, so she'll be happy to answer them later. But yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you. And thanks very much.
Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the sunshine.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.